what exactly are, estimated quarterly taxes? So you're basically paying your taxes throughout the year instead of paying like a big lump sum at tax time. So when you work for someone else, you are periodically paying into the tax system every time you're paid. And so when you work for someone else and you have that withholding getting remitted on your behalf on a regular basis, in most cases, and I'm not saying all, but in many cases, you are covering what your tax liability is when you file your tax return. That's the reason why a lot of times, and I'm not saying all the time, but a lot of times, let's just say a married couple, two adults, both have jobs, both paying into the withholding, typically we'll see some type of refund when they actually file their tax returns. In most cases, most of what we see, anyways, those handful of clients will not have a balance due. Again, as I mentioned, is if they have um, income coming from other places, that's not included when you're figuring out your withholding. But for the average W-2 employee, if you're withholding properly, you typically have enough to cover your tax liability. So in most cases, those types of individuals are not typically making the estimate. Whereas, again, you've got a business owner, somebody who has a Schedule C, someone who has a pass-through entity, they might be on their payroll, the payroll of that entity. But again, there's income from the pass-through and so on that kind of gets calculated in there.